these 5 second basemen you need for 2026 fantasy baseball.
I'm gonna start us off with Otto Lopez from the Miami Marlins, dude. He's honestly a super sick player, and you get dual position availability. So he's shortstop, second base, so that's great for your infield.
Better,
but
yeah.
Otto Lopez had a super good year last year. I mean, batting 246, really good for him. He had a 15-15 season. I think he's one of those players that can easily do a 2020 for sure in stolen bases. Like I don't know what it was that only had him at 15 stolen bases this year, but this guy's quick. He has some really good speed on the bases, so I think he can easily go for 20, maybe even 30 stolen bases next year. And he's got a little bit of pop. When I saw 15 home runs, I was like, yeah, that's formidable pop. That's pretty good, especially for second baseman. I think second base is such a weak position. So anytime you can find guys that will get you some points, especially he doesn't really strike out. He doesn't strike out too much, so he's just a high OBP guy that can get on base, steal a bag for you. And I think the Marlins offense is going to be pretty fun to watch this year.
For sure. I think they're going to be decent. And kind of same thing with Xavier Edwards we've talked about in a previous video. It's like, why are the Marlins not stealing as much? Like, he didn't have as many stolen bases as I thought. Otto Lopez is quick. He has that dual position eligibility, which is sick. So that's always a good benefit to have, and definitely makes it where you can change your team around. And he's a really streaky hitter. He's had weeks where he'll just absolutely hit like 3 or 4 home runs, which is funny for how many home runs he ended up with. But super streaky, super fun hitter. Like you said, Marlins are young. They got some even better bats now this year. I think that offense is going to surprise some people, and they're kind of one of my sleeper teams in terms of offensive upside. So they're going to be fun to watch. And Otto Lopez will be a great draft pick. And the best thing about it is he's a late flyer, so you can get him late. And I'll transition over to somebody who is close to me when I was younger, and that is my guy, Brice Turang. He is it's so cool to see him come to the player he is. I grew up playing baseball against him and with him, so he's used to be this power guy growing up and just hit absolute tanks. So it's funny now that he's not this big power threat, but Brice has the speed. He's put up 34 stolen bases is what his projected for 2026 is, and he has speed, he has power, he has for average. On top of that, he's a platinum glove winner. I just wanted to flex that a little bit, but
seriously,
he's on a great offense. He's one of the focal pieces of that. He's gonna be hitting near the top of the order. Have plenty of runs and RBIs and stolen bases opportunity. I think you can't really go wrong with him. He's definitely a very safe play. He's never going to have a terrible year, I believe. And he's just going to get you your points, fill up all those categories. And you can't really think twice about it. If I see him available, I take him every single time.
Yeah, and he also might be one of the swaggiest players out there.
Yeah,
guy oozes swag.
I'd argue
awesome.
He's probably
awesome.
The second best second baseman in the league behind Ketel Marte, in my opinion. He hit damn near 300 last year. His on base was pretty much 360. And the funniest thing too, he got an MVP vote last year, so he's MVP 14 on the year, which is cool to see.
That's insane. Yeah, that's so sick. And he really did have such an awesome season that I don't think a lot of people talked enough about. Brice really put up great numbers. He hit the ball hard this year too. I think he had over 20 home runs, right?
He had just under 18, but he had
18.
He hit the ball for a while. He tailed off a little bit towards the middle, but picked it back up at the end. But yeah, Brice is a great pick. He's gonna hit over 300 this year, and I'm confident in that.
100%. Yeah, and I'm gonna switch over to Nico Hoerner. Nico Hoerner, actually, I don't know why he surprised the hell out of me in the playoffs, but he had a really good playoff series. He had a really good couple playoff series. And I mean, throughout the whole year, he was batting close to 300, got on base. I mean, had under 10 home runs, but still he produced, got 29 stolen bases, 61 RBIs. And when a leadoff guy can get you on base and not really strike out too much, that's pretty elite. Elite. So he's one of those second basemen that can go for 30 plus stolen bases. Hopefully he shows a little bit more pop this year, but the numbers don't say that he does. He just hits the ball where it's supposed to be hit. So I really enjoy watching him. He's a quick player. He's on a really good team. So I think he's gonna have a really good year, and is gonna be like one of the safer second basemen
For
easily
sure.
to end up top 3.
I think him and Brice Turang are very similar players in terms of, offensive upside and safe, floor that they have. So he hit 297, which is insane. So pretty much a 300 hitter, a little bit less
Yeah.
on the on base percentage, doesn't walk as much as Brice, but strikes out less. Is on arguably a better offense now with Bregman there. I don't, similar to Brice, I don't think you can really go wrong with either of two. If they're available and you take them, they're going to be safe plays for you.
100%.
And I'll move over to a newly acquired Mariner, Brendan Donovan. Brendan Donovan just got traded to the Mariners as of yesterday for Jarangelo Sachinje, if I'm pronouncing that right. The switch pitcher is now in the Cardinals system. So it's pretty interesting that when I first looked at that trade, I was like, I hate this for the Mariners. I think Sachinje will be great in the future. But Brendan Donovan is a great player. Every time I feel like I just don't respect him enough, and then I look back at his season, I'm like, okay, he's a really good second baseman. And there's reports coming out, so none of this is for sure yet, but as of now, he only has second base eligibility. But the Mariners are planning for him to be their leadoff hitter, both against lefties and righties, and be playing third base. So he's gonna hopefully get dual position eligibility. He's gonna be hitting on the top of the order with some amazing hitters like J-Rod and Cal Raleigh behind him. He's going to have plenty offensive upside. I think this is going to be his best years to come.
Yeah, seriously. What you said, I mean, he really does have like one of the most like quiet, positive seasons sometimes where you're like, you think of Brendan Donovan, you really don't think much. And you're like, oh, he kind of sucks. And then you kind of look at his season, you're like, he was actually pretty decent last year. It's like, I think he averaged over 2 points on ESPN Fantasy. I think easily too. No, and he's one of those guys that will fly a little later just because of the name.
For sure.
Maybe not so much this year with the trade he's on a better offense, but he still will fly out where you're like, he's a safe pick because of the offense that he's on now and the opportunity that he's about to get with being like a leadoff bat. That's going to be massive for him.
For sure.
So I really do like your prediction of him like having his like almost breakout season, I guess, this year.
Yeah, he's been steady. He's just not a household name because the Cardinals have sucked. The Mariners are not, that big of a franchise, but I think him being on a team that's potentially going to win the AL West, I think Brendan Donovan's in store for a great year. The only downside, second baseman typically have some speed. He does not steal bags, so do not expect that out of him.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, realistically, we don't need that.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Go grab yourself an Ellie or someone else. Yeah, some speedsters in the outfield.
You can find bags somewhere else. That is totally fine. And so I'm gonna go into my next guy who doesn't really steal bags either. But I'm gonna go with Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres had a pretty good season with Detroit. He's found himself.
Yeah.
The move from New York to Detroit, I think was really good for him. I think it's healthy for him. Being in New York for so long is probably not healthy for your mental health. If you're not having great seasons, it's tough. So I think taking a little bit of pressure off yourself and just playing with a team that's like super grindy. Like the Detroit Tigers, they do not have many household names, obviously, but they are just a bunch of dogs. Like they all just hit the ball hard. Yeah. And this year he was actually really unlucky with how hard he hit the ball and how hard he hit it to somebody. Yeah. So it's pretty tough. He had a 114 WRC plus, which he had a freaking awesome season. So I really do think that he can bounce off of this season and just have a more powerful season. I think if you take away like how many unlucky outs he had, you can put him up there. Like I think he's gonna have easily over 25 home runs this year. He has the pop to do so.
He does, and I think now that he's kind of settled into Detroit, he's one of the main focal points, pieces of that team, especially the offense. So yeah, I think Gleyber is, in line to have another great year. This was his best year since his sophomore year. So he's definitely finally found it again. I think, like you said, being in New York, probably, if you have one bad season, you're getting booed, and no one's gonna like you in New York. So definitely some brutal fans out there. Yeah, I think if you can work on just elevating the ball slightly more, instead of, because he does hit a lot of ground balls, and when he was at his best is when his ground ball percentage was right around 34. So it's been chilling. He got up to 41 when he was in New York, and then got it back down to 38. But I think if he can get less of those grounders up, start elevating the ball more, I think we can see Gleyber Torres have an amazing year. And he's of offensive upside of second baseman in terms of power and RBIs. He's definitely 1A, 1B with Ketel Marte.
100%. Yeah, he has. I mean, 38 home runs. I think that was his sophomore year, which is kind of insane for a second baseman.
Yeah, that was
38 home runs. Yeah, I guess that's fair, but
he saw 24 the year before, so let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I think he's easily gonna have about 25 home runs, and he has all the opportunity in the world to get RBIs and runs with the team behind him. So I think he's gonna have a really good season coming back.
Definitely agree. And all 5 of these guys are people you need to be targeting in your drafts. All amazing second basemen. If you want to go safe, get yourself a Nico, get yourself a Brice. If you want someone who might break out, Brendan Donavan, go grab him. Gleyber Torres, if you want home runs because you're lacking on it in other spots, definitely take a look at all these guys. We do have videos for every single position in a playlist on our channel, so go ahead, check that out if you're looking for all the other positions. And if you want to join a fantasy league, the first 10 people to comment will be joining a fantasy league with Josh and I, and there will be prizes for first, second, and third place as well that are still to be determined. So thank you guys for watching. We will catch you in the next one. Peace.